tossed. My bridges all across, nowhere to go. But now you're here, and now I know just where I'm going. No more doubt or fear. I found my way. My love came just in time. You found me just in time and changed my lonely life that lovely day. You found me just in time. Before you came, my time was running low. Said I was lost, the losing dice were tossed. My bridges all across, nowhere to go. But now you're here, and I know just where I'm going. No more doubt or fear. I found my way. For love came just in time. You found me just in time and changed my lonely life that lovely day. Oh, you changed my life. You changed my life. You changed my life. Thank you to Chris and the band. Thank you all.
All right. All right, Dara. Beautiful, man. What a voice. Holy cow. Gorgeous sound. You know how good. You have the beautiful sound, relaxed sound. I mean, it was great. All right. So, what else did I like? Your articulation is fantastic. I mean, everything is crystal clear. I never had a second go, huh? So I love that. All right, so the only, also your mic technique is fabulous too.
Thank you.
So that's another thing that I love to see. You were able to take it off and be comfortable holding it. I never heard a pop, nothing. Was fantastic. So quickly, the only complaints I had they're minor, of course. You could have experimented more. I mean, there could have been a little more. It just felt like you were just playing it very safe through the whole thing as far as, going off melody, playing around with stuff. There were a lot of times I was like, all right, take it, let's go. And still kind of restrained. Mm-hmm. It feels like you have a very legit, what we call Broadway legit type background, and that comes through, and I think you need to kind of lose that a little bit. And let's see, so especially in the, I like the interpretation of Social Call in 6. It would be nice to hear you a little more in that swinging pocket that the band was in on that. Mm-hmm. So other than that, remarkable sound. Thank you.
Such a beautiful voice, and your the ballad, it was almost like worship music. Your connection to it, really. I mean, you definitely felt it very much.
My
from
dad's a minister, so I think you picked it correctly.
So that came across on stage. I thought that's what I thought. It's like she's having a worship moment right here. But and then the first song as well. There's these subtleties of jazz style that are hard to actually articulate when you're trying to talk or describe to someone. But there are things that most jazz musicians hear and recognize. Your delivery sometimes sounds a little more in the music theater range to me, if that makes sense to you. Yeah. And then I understood the worship music and the music theater. Mm-hmm. And then on the last tune, it's a great tune, and it's a killing tune that the phrasing, where you place certain things from a jazz perspective might probably have more syncopation and maybe be more on the offbeat. So things they're kind of on the beat. Even though it sounds great, what you're doing is fabulous. There's just, I think, more attention to detail in the jazz idiom. Right. And you mentioned in your opening, or just before this song, some of those great jazz singers. You're listening, Esperanza and Liz Wright. And so I think they're kind of the new generation. Maybe go back and dig into the history. Get the Ellas and the Sarahs and those where they give us that authentic style. And then it moves into the contemporary style, but the history informs it. So I just hear we're missing a little bit of the history of the music in it. But you have such a gorgeous voice. I'd listen to you sing worship music all day. In fact, let me know if you're going to sing worship music, I'm there.
So she took the words right out of my mouth. I wrote, I could listen to you sing ballads all day right here on my notes. Your nearness of you was sublime. It was just, I mean, it was flawless. It was so beautiful. You sustain notes. Your sustained notes in general are just, I mean, your technique is so informed. It's just, everything is right there. I couldn't look away. I was so enthralled by you during that performance. Intonation is excellent, obviously. Your straight tone actually is like the thing that I love the most. So this is during the bridge, especially of Nearness of You. That's a really tough thing to do, is really sustain a really nice straight tone for a while. Gorgeous. I agree with both Wayne and Knetra. I did think that there lacked a little variation the second time you sang through the head. So whether that was, you know, I guess for both Social Call and Just in Time, that was beginning and the end. So the first time, obviously, you stuck more or less to the melody. And the second time you sang through the head, yeah, I could have used a little more variation. Whether that means leaving out some lyrics or notes here and there, I mean, you don't have to adhere exactly and make little modifications throughout. You can, you know, just give it a whole new treatment. You can just kind of soar, suggest the melody from time to time. And I think that, you know, if you do that the second time around, it really drive it home. So, but I just thought it was gorgeous. Congratulations, he was lovely.